Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Another beautiful day out there, so gonna get out there riding. I'm gonna get my helmet on, get my jacket on, and get old Candy revved up, and I will meet you out there. All right, give me a sec. Okay, so we're out here on the road of life, and once again, thanks for coming out to my channel. Remember, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and so I started to think, because the ride I went with Ott his first time, and got me thinking, like, what I did when I first started riding, because I didn't have anybody around. Wasn't like Ott had the old 6-string rider to come to, and so I did like a lot of people do. I got on YouTube. I called up some friends that I know that ride, get some tips from them. But, for the most part, I did this all by myself. And it was, it was fun. But, it would have been nice to have people to ride with, to get some tips. And so what I did when I got onto YouTube, I found people, because there's a big community of riders out there that motovlog on YouTube. And so the first thing I did was I wanted to know more about my motorcycle. And the first girl I got was Scarlett, and she was a Honda Fury. And I really didn't know anything about the bike, so I started Googling. And so the first guy I found and that was really interesting was John's Moto Garage, and he does a lot of buying bikes and flipping them, talking about stuff, motor vlogging stuff. And so I watched him, and but he wasn't a lot of tips on, hey, do this when you ride, you can do, he's very little. He's more about, the mechanics of a bike, what his impressions were on a bike. But it was good. It was good learning. And so the first thing that I really got scared of when I was learning to ride, was taking a turn. See, like this turn right here, my heart would have been pumping. I mean, now it pumps, but for a different reason, for the excitement. Before, it was pumping because I was scared. So I got on, I started, well, first of all, I called some people, and they told me, oh yeah, when you ride, you push the way you want to go. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. I am not pushing this steering wheel in the way I am going to go. I'm going to turn. So I got on, and I started Googling how to turn on a motorcycle. And sure and behold, everybody's talking about how you push to the way you want to go, and that's usually what they say is when you're going faster than 10 to 20 miles an hour, you're going to want to push. Anything lower, you'll feel the what do you call it, the steering wheel turn in the direction you want it to go. But like a road like this right now, I'm actually pushing with my left, and I'm going to come up to this, and I'm going to push, and it takes me into the turn real cool. And the other thing is, look where you're going. All right, so there's a tip there. And that was a lot of Googling with people. And also too, what I ended up doing was taking the motorcycle total control, and I've talked about this before, taking the total control, and it helped me out with the mechanics of riding a motorcycle. And through that, doing a lot of Googling, I found this guy, Dan the fireman, and he was good on motorcycle safety, what's called practicing, things you can do to practice to make yourself a better motorcyclist. And through him, I also learned, the first thing I learned is how to turn, and going through his channel, and that helped a lot. So he did it in a very professional way. It was, it wasn't like some dude just got on a motorcycle and did it, which he was some dude that just got on a motorcycle, but he used to be an EMT. And so, he talked about how, this is how you turn, hey, practice this in a parking lot and things like that. So since I watched Dan. It was pretty cool, and I learned a lot. And through Dan, I found this other guy called Fast Eddie. He does Moto Jitsu, and so he's the same thing. Hey, learn, riding. He was more of a he's more of a sports bike kind of guy. Where Dan initially, he's got a different motorcycle now, but when I started watching him, he was riding what they call Harley Sportster. And Moto Jitsu guy, I believe he rides a BMW adventure touring bike, but he also rides some, what do you call it, fast bikes, Hayabusa, things like that. And so through Moto Jitsu, Dan, it was I got a lot of tips, motorcycle safety, learning how to ride. It was really cool. And so between all those three things that I just mentioned, the total control class, watching Dan, watching Moto Jitsu, I felt confident when I started to do things on the motorcycle, taking turns, and basically it was just taking turns. Taking turns was so scary in the beginning. Okay, so as I was saying, I watch guys like Dan, Moto Jitsu. They give me really good ideas on motorcycle safety. Then there's guys like Fort 9. He gives me really good advice on buying equipment. Also too, along with Fort 9, there's Yami Noob. He's good at giving you top 10 funny stuff about his riding. Now he's more of a sports bike, but he's got a guy on there, Spike, who deals more with the cruiser crowd, and he gives you his thoughts on different type of motorcycles. Fort 9, he does the same thing, gives you some ideas of different motorcycles, motorcycle safety, motorcycle laws. So he's kind of fun to watch that way, and he gives you ideas on equipment, their safety ratings, things like that. Then after some time, after watching those guys, I came across what we call Her Two Wheels. She's really cool. She's just another influencer, motorcycle personality. Fun to watch, get her perspective. She does a lot of moto camping, so her ideas on motor camping are pretty good. Learn stuff like that. And then through her, I started to watch Shade Tree Surgeon. He's pretty cool. Going back to John's Moto Garage, also started at that time I'd also started watching Sean SRK Cycles. He also has this other channel, Bikes and Beards, and they do some really cool things on that, so that's more of a personality part of him. Really enjoyable. There you go. For the most part, those are the people I watch. Dan, John's Moto Garage, Moto Jitsu, Fort 9, Yami Noob, SRK Cycles, Sean, Her Two Wheels, if I didn't say her already, who else? Shade Tree Surgeon. I've watched all his, so I keep up with those guys. See, they're pretty fun to watch because they're on different parts of the country. So if I start west to east, you have Moto Jitsu. He's out in California. Then you go into Dan and John's Moto Garage, and they're out in Arizona area. Then you come into Yami Noob. He's down in Texas. Then let's say after Texas, you got Her Two Wheels, and she's in Columbus, Ohio. Let's go up north to Fort 9, and he's up there in Canada, actually. I don't know, you know what, never know exactly what part of Canada he is. I mean, he might be out in British Columbia, so he's out there north of Moto Jitsu. Didn't even think about it. You've got Sean SRK Cycle. He's going out east, like on eastern side of Pennsylvania. called Shade Tree Surgeon. He's down in Florida. And so watching all these guys, what I learned was I'm getting different perspectives of riding, you know, because these people are on different parts of the country, and they all have their unique riding perspective. So it's kind of cool learning from them. Yeah, and so as I give that, my wrap-up is me talking right now. And if you're watching this video as I watch theirs, it should be in the evening. It shouldn't be in the morning. Well, maybe early morning, but mid-morning to noon, you should not be watching my channels or any of those channels. You should be out on the road, man. That's why you got your bike, you know. So you should be watching this. It should be late evening, you know, right around after dinner, where it's dark out, you know, where it's like no fun to ride. Like take roads like you've just seen me riding. You know, roads like this aren't fun to ride at night. Yeah, so what you do is you're back at your place of residence. At that point, you should be watching the Six String Rider or any of these people that I've mentioned. And then anybody else that you watch on YouTube. You shouldn't be watching them during the day unless it's raining out or it's snowing. That's when you watch people like that. Other than that, you should be out there riding your bike, man. That's why you got it. She's waiting for you, saying, hey, come on out. I need it. I need the road. Take me out on the road of life. And yeah, so if you feel guilty that you're watching this, it's daytime out, shame on you. That's what I say. Get out there, ride your bike. That's why you got it. She's waiting for you out there. And yeah, so with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm enjoying my ride here, taking some twisties. Hope to see you out there on the road of life. If you're not out there already, you know, when you get back, you should be on the road. You should have been on the road of life. So with that, wrapping it up, welcome to my channel once again. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, and if I, you know, repeating myself, I'll see you out there on the road of life. Take care.